So, what makes a good city mayor? First of all, they listen to the people. They hear the people's voices and hear what the people want from their city. Now, if Hillary Sheev did that, Reno would be a great city. She claims to be independent and nonpartisan or bipartisan or whatever, but she's really a Democrat, outspoken. But that's neither here nor there, because there are some good Democrats out there too who are fighting hard for the American people and are just overwhelmed by the corrupted ones. But anyway, back to what makes a good mayor. They listen to the people. She doesn't do that. She's never once listened to the people. If she had, Reno would not be flooded with homeless living in the streets. Those monthly motels, the budget motels, wouldn't be closed up. Okay? None of that. City mayor. Well, a good city mayor remains bipartisan. They don't take to political influences or try to influence national elections in one direction or the other. Now, during the 2016 election, Mayor Sheev literally went out and campaigned for Hillary. Does that sound like she's bipartisan? No. Sounds to me like she's a hardcore Democrat globalist, which can only make me think that she's also affiliated with George Soros somehow. She refuses to hear the people about constitutional violations at the hands of her police force, and she has obviously ordered the district attorney to recuse himself from all the responsibility of oversight on the police. Mayor Sheev is obviously following the globalist agenda. It would be my best educated guess that she gets an extra paycheck from George Soros or from one of the foundations he's affiliated with, like Lands Without Borders. I mean, how long is it going to be before she's going to declare Reno a sanctuary city status? How long will it be before she bans guns within the city limits? How long before the FEMA camps in disguise as businesses start popping up? Oh wait, that's already happening. Right over at the corner of 5th and Evans. There is an Apple store being put up, but look, it's got the steel gating all around it. It's got barbed wire, a friggin' guard tower. Damn thing looks like a prison, not a fucking Apple store. Are we already too late in Reno? Are we already under a globalist agenda? What else makes a good mayor is being non-corrupted, not being bought off by globalists or by lobbyists, okay? Well, the constitutional violations, for one, and the entrapment stings, she looks the other way. That shows where Mayor Sheev's loyalty lies, and it's not to the people. On these illegal practices that are illegal by the highest law in the land, the U.S. Constitution, she doesn't even respect the Constitution as the highest law of the land. Neither do her police force, district attorneys, or public defenders, or even the judges. Mayor Sheev pushes a globalist agenda in Reno. We can't, as a city, let a puppet of George Soros continue to run amok with no checks and balances. We can't allow police corruption anymore. Otherwise, we might as well just go down there to 5th and Evans and lock ourselves in this FEMA camp, which is obviously a FEMA camp / prison done up to look like an Apple store. Tell you what, I'll include the video I caught of it at the end of this video, and you decide for yourself. That would make a good mayor is transparency. Okay, that always makes a good city leader. Well, nobody more concealed than she. Her corruption knows no boundaries and goes to the deepest levels. Okay? You see all these homeless everywhere, shelters overflowing without proper funding, and the closure of the budget motels that kept most of these people from being on the streets. Is because she accepted backroom payoffs from lobbyists for the college. The college wants to buy those motels. They want to buy them from the city and use them as student housing. So in exchange for a few backroom payoffs, she passed ordinances, found every excuse to close down as many of them as possible, forcing many people, including families with children, into the streets with nowhere to go. With the average rent on a one-bedroom apartment being $1,100 to $1,300 a month, where are the people who are on Social Security who only make about $800 a month supposed to go? It also forced working people out into the streets. People who are working full-time but only making minimum wage for their pay. These people were forced to live in shelters or live in their cars or even on the streets. Forced many on Social Security and disability into the streets as well. So, people who don't make much can no longer afford to live here. And Reno used to be a city full of affordable housing and rooming houses. People from all walks of life could live here. It seemed to me that the Mayor Sheev building all these condos and stuff that cost $4,000 or $5,000 a month and then getting rid of the budget motels, maybe in a desperate and pathetic attempt to boost her own social status. For whatever reason, she seems to hate the common man, lower middle class and below. She seems to only want upper middle class or higher to be here in Reno. Okay? She doesn't want to work for the common man. Like I said, it may be just a pathetic attempt to get herself in that circle and boost her own social status. So maybe she might try to make a run for governor or even Congress one day, as a stupid socialist Democrat. We can't allow this in the city of Reno. This place used to be too good of a place. Important quality in a city leader is to know the history of the city you lead. And I'm sure Mayor Sheev does not even know the history. Knowing the history is important. First of all, Reno was named after Union Army soldier General Reno, who was in the Union Army during the Civil War. Many bloody battles were fought to win this territory of Nevada. Many Americans died and fought these battles. Ergo, our state motto, for love of our country and battle born. Reno used to be called Lakes Crossing when the first settlers got here. Then, in 1869, Transcontinental Railroad came through this area, and the name was changed to Reno after General Reno. I bet Mayor Sheev's never even researched that once. I bet she's never looked into it. But I did. I took time on my own to just go to the library and research the history of this place. This place has a rich and vibrant history. It is a melting pot of culture, both religious culture and racial culture. And a good city leader is intelligence. First of all, let me start by telling you I have a tested and proven 145 IQ. It is Mensa Genius level. And though I am not a politician, there's a reason for that. It's only because I am also too honest to be a politician. I can't take these backroom payoffs and say fuck the people. And honesty seems to be a quality that's taboo these days in modern politics, as well as intelligence. Even in local government, today's politician has an average intelligence level that is just above mentally retarded. And in Mayor Sheev's case, I'm even giving her too much credit there. A smart mayor would turn the abandoned buildings into inexpensive rooming houses for singles and couples, would fund the road departments with more money, and repair the dilapidated and completely destroyed roads, and then cut back the funding in other departments, such as police vehicle funding. I mean, we're not in Afghanistan, we're in Reno, Nevada. Does our parking enforcement really need a militarized vehicle for parking enforcement? I mean, there is no reason police need military vehicles, and honestly, it makes it look like they are preparing to go to war against the people or declare some kind of local martial law. City funds could be collected from rooming houses and could reduce the homeless problem by a great deal. The shelters would no longer be overflowing. I also propose special shelter built out of the abandoned Job Corps building out on Moya and Echo instead Boulevard to house all the homeless sex offenders, with special monitoring on them to prevent them from a reoffending of their crimes. Good quality in a city leader is taking care of the safety of their citizens, which, I'm sorry, Mayor Sheev does not do. She has allowed illegals to run rampant in the city. The day labor place on Galletti, common citizens can't even go there looking for day work anymore. They can't feel safe there anymore. There is crime or robbery committed by an illegal every day out there now. There's been 6 stabbings out there where an illegal has stabbed a legal citizen. The illegals will threaten them, beat them, and rob them. And Mayor Sheev doesn't seem to care. If she did, she would have ICE or DHS. She would call them herself, tell them where to go, and have them go by there every day. Has Reno already become a sanctuary city in secret by her? Question mark. Has she already sold out to Lands Without Borders, a Soros foundation? My educated guess would say yes, she has. I mean, true, there's no proof she's sold out, but it sure damn well looks like she has. Finally, the gangs run rampant in our streets, with no checks and balances on them. The Reno gang unit of RPD is a joke. They harass the homeless instead of looking for gang members. They ignore the gangs when they see them, when they should be involving the FBI's organized crime unit. But like many other politicians, our current mayor can't be concerned with such things. She's too busy trying to make herself higher in social status. Too busy trying to break into the socialite status. So like I said, she may hope to run for DC office one day and join the rest of the demon craps, baboons in DC. FYI, a group of baboons in the wild is called a Congress. Dems always live up to that standard. They act like baboons in the wild. So, in closing, a good city mayor is somebody who protects their people, somebody who hears their people, and somebody who keeps checks and balances over their law enforcement. Mayor Sheev does none of this. She is like the worst of the worst of the worst when it comes to things like this. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it today. Mull it over. Leave me a comment. Drop a like. Subscribe. You can all put that in your pipe and smoke it.